Season 9 is a pretty big deal. So the mandate for this year in the writer's room was for everyone to tell a story that they haven't told before. That was sort of a fun exercise to give everyone. Tell me a story that I'm surprised at you telling me that story.
We really wanted people to make sure that they did an episode that was out of the box, an episode that was sort of a clean Criminal Minds, and maybe an episode that dealt with one of our heroes and their past. So people went away for the summer and they came back with all these fresh ideas. Morgan!
We got the wrong guy.
I'm fascinated with twins and whether or not one twin can actually affect the other twin. Is it genetics? Is it nature? Is it nurture? What is it? And so the inspiration was really kind of saying that this character sort of inspired his brother. And these two people who didn't grow up together both grew up as psychopaths.
When we were first conceiving this episode as a two-parter, there were a lot of back and forths with production about, well, do we hire twins or do we hire the best actor and see if he can play two roles? And at that point, we knew what Janine's episode was. And you know, it was a very heavy episode. It involved an unsub who was really committed to the part. So we said, you know what, let's go with the best actor. Because if the best actor can do part one, then he can do part two twice.
I think Fred brought compassion. I think if you read the script just baldly and you just read it, you thought, oh my gosh, we're eating people. It's a praying mantis. Is it just weird? Is it too weird? And I think when Fred stepped on the set, he just embodied this sympathetic character that you bought. You understood him, you understood his twitches, you understood he was an oddball. He was sort of the wallpaper in life that you don't really pay attention to, but you know was there. And then he emerged as this sort of fierce, evil person.
My entry point was Wallace. That's where I started. He was the first twin that I started playing, so my initial focus was on him. When you're playing somebody who I think is doing really awful stuff, the first trap I think that you can fall into as an actor is to play the fact that he's a bad guy or an evil guy. So in trying to avoid that, I think the thing that for me spoke was that he's a guy who's in tremendous amount of pain. So I think in just kind of trying to physically embody that, it's thinking about somebody who has a dull toothache that never goes away, or a bad back pain, or just a splitting migraine headache that he carries with him throughout his life. It never goes away, with the exception of when he kind of gives into that really awful carnal desire to hurt people. Mom?
We were thinking about who's going to be the mother. We knew Cameron Manheim was interested in doing the show. We thought this is a great part. It's 2 episodes. She could play the mother that's doting, but also the mother that has a big secret.
I wanted to do something that was out of my comfort zone and completely out of my usual realm of acting. I'm usually kind of the kind, sympathetic Christian mom. I play a lot of those for some reason. I play a lot of nuns. And I just thought, I want to do something that's really challenging.
Oh, God. What is that?
What? In being a mother and a single mother myself, I can understand how you would have so much love for one human and want to do everything you can to save their soul, even at the cost of them harming other people. What did he do? It's really a fascinating, endeavor to try to make sense out of how a parent would behave that way.
I gotta go, Ma. I don't feel well.
Liar.
Shut up!
Wallace, are you okay?
No, he's sick.
Baby, let me in. Let me make you something to eat.
It's okay. I gotta go, Ma.
Please.
I particularly like the stories on Criminal Minds where the unsub is utterly, utterly psychotic, but in the end, we feel something for his pain. I think Fred brought that, because I think it could have gone over the top. He's mad at a woman, he wants to eat them and consume them. I mean, it sounds a little nuts, but I think casting Fred and casting Cameron sort of grounded the episode so that you bought the world we were trying to create.
Josh Billings once wrote, "There are two things in life for which we are never truly prepared. Twins."